Well, we are following breaking news at this hour. We want to update you on the big fire in Quincy at 5th and Maple. An abandoned house that we know of right now is going up in flames.
Absolutely. The Quincy Fire Department did confirm it is a vacant building again near 5th and Maple. WGEM's Kendra Whittle is live tonight. Kendra, what's happening right now? It looks like this structure is just falling apart.
Leslie and Matt, right now firefighters are aggressively fighting this fire from the outside using a lot of hoses. As you can see, the whole backside of the structure still fully engulfed. Every couple of minutes you hear the glass breaking of some windows and doors, and for a while the fire was even spreading to some nearby trees and branches, and so they've had to aggressively fight those to keep the fire from spreading any further. Obviously, from the way it looks as though wind might have been a factor. If you take a look at the roof is already starting to give way in certain spaces, and as you can see, just very powerful fire right now. Fire officials, police, ambulance has just recently shown up, and now the Salvation Army. And again, we have confirmed through the fire department and the owner that this is a vacant structure, also a historic structure, having been built in the 1800s. And of course, we'll be on scene here through the whole fire, and we'll let you know any updates as they become available.
The fire is massive, and it's unexplainable. It's very unexplainable.
Flames and smoke shoot into the sky on Quincy's north side today as this huge fire took down a Quincy building that stood in parts of 3 centuries. Good evening. Tonight, the smell of smoke is thick in the air on Quincy's north side after a historic home goes up in flames.
All Quincy firefighters were called to 5th and Maple late this afternoon to battle one of the biggest fires they've seen in quite some time. We have live team coverage tonight. We begin with WGEM's Kendra Whittle, who's been following this fire from the very beginning. Kendra?
Well, Leslie and Matt, as you can see behind me, the house is still smoking and firefighters are still on scene. They probably will be on scene for quite some time, just working on getting those hot spots out, making sure the fire is completely out before they call it a night. Now, some road closures still in the area. 5th and Maple, this section over here, still closed down to traffic. However, 4th Street has just opened back up. Now, fortunately, at the time of the fire, this house was vacant, which is good because most of it was destroyed.
Noticed that it was a lot of smoke coming from the building here, and what I did then, I got on the phone and I immediately called 911.
But moments after that call was made to emergency responders, this was the scene at 5th and Maple. A cloud of smoke billowed out of the old house, making it nearly impossible to even see across the street. Glass shattered from the windows and doors, and the roof slowly caved in under the heat of the flames. Fire Chief Joe Henning says the fire was too dangerous for even firefighters to get inside or even very close.
The commander gave them a couple minutes to see if they could make some headway. They weren't able to make enough from a safety perspective, so we pulled them out of the building.
Henning says the fire appeared to be the strongest in the upper stories, so several hoses and a ladder truck were aimed toward the attic. Later, firefighters drew closer, busting windows to spray inside downstairs. But strong winds created even more worry.
But the bigger concern was anything going to go south? We have a heavy residential area, a lot of bigger, older homes there, and the last thing we wanted was a fire starting, something like that.
Standing off to the distance were Neil and Tony Hemming, who just bought the home back in December and had big plans for its future.
It's historic. It was a historic building, and we wanted to return it to its original glory and make it a really nice apartment building for people.
Matt and Leslie, the fire may be out, but the smoke is lingering on, and homeowners in the area are telling me they're frustrated about how to get rid of it.
Good smoke. Good smoke. My eyes are watering. Put it in my throat.
Vince Carter lives directly across from the building that caught fire. He says the smoke was overwhelming in his home.
It was as bad as the fire was out here. That's how it was in my house. I mean, we had to fan our way out.
Carter's also concerned about cleaning up the ashes that blew into his yard.
I asked questions, firemen and officials, if there was some number I could call or somebody that would assist me with the cleanup, because I obviously am not a firefighter, so I don't know exactly what to do.
While the wind blew the smoke directly into Carter's house, he isn't the only one dealing with smoke. Residents living further away even say they smell it too.
The smoke was coming from my north side of my building into my windows, from my house at 7th and Cedar.